What's up, YouTube? If any of you are like me, you've got a midterm election coming up. And as what I believe to be a responsible American citizen, which I haven't always been in the past, you should get out there, do your part, and vote. On the news lately, I've seen something that's been a little bit troubling, and I'm curious if anybody else has fallen for this junk. There was a particular religious leader that was associated with the Tea Party, and he had said something regarding homosexuality, about its moral incorrectness, or what have you, the same old junk. And there was a real big to-do about it, huge to-do. So, a particular leader from the Tea Party gets on this particular news show, which I'm not going to name, mostly because I can't remember what it was. It may have been one of those deals like you have the local news, but then they have the national segments of your local news channel. The particular Tea Party leader was talking about economics and discussing the finer points of what the government may or may not be able to do to get out of the way of private business to create jobs. And what does the commentator bring up? Yep, the homosexuality issue. At that point, to me, it was so blatantly obvious that what type of a bullshit distraction is the debate of morality and politics. It was unbelievable. As we have unemployment rates that are at a very high percentage and only climbing, as community faith continues to slowly drop, the best topic you can come up with is a person's sexual preference and what a person of a certain sexual preference should and should not be allowed to do. That isn't going to make a hill of damn beans difference if nobody has a job. And the further down you go, the higher you're going to press the people who do have a job until they don't have a job anymore. But all the while, we'll be distracted with our little biases and our little hates. I do not feel, and from what I understood of the Founding Fathers and what I've read of the Federalist Papers, I do not believe that it is up to the government, the people who write the laws down on paper for the state, to determine morality. That is something that should be handled on a religious and personal basis. If you have a problem with homosexuality, educate people. If you have a problem with abortion, educate people. It's not something that you're going to be able to put on a piece of paper and say, well, we're going to make a law against this. We're going to start a process to block these people from doing certain things. That doesn't matter if nobody has a job. There's not going to be anything left for anybody to do if that's all we're worrying about. My hope is that we're somehow able to inspire these news commentaries and our politicos to keep to real issues. I'm not interested in this crap. I could care less if homosexuals are in the military, and I could honestly care less about some of these other things before we get done. I mean, with last year, unemployment's peaking. Who even knows what the Fed's doing anymore? And our biggest concern is healthcare. You want to get healthcare for people. You need to connect the people to the wealth. And I don't see how writing something down on a piece of paper to take the wealth from another person to give it to another takes the people to the wealth. It doesn't. It only takes away from people's wealth. But those are my 2 cents. Everybody, I'm sure we'll We'll have some more on this depending on how it's received. Get out and vote. And you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you next Tuesday.